In this video, I will talk about different definitions in graph theory. So first of all, we have to look at the definition of a graph. So a graph is defined as the combination of two different sets, V and E, where V is the set of vertices and E is the set of edges. Okay. Then an edge is written as a pair of like V comma W, where the small letter V and W are from the set capital V. So here I have given an example. V is equal to A, B, C, D, E. So these are the vertices. So if you draw the diagram of this graph, I will have 5 vertices from A to E. Then here I have given the edges written in the form of a pair of vertices. So I have an edge from A to B, so that is drawn. Then I have a vertex from edge from B to C, then C to E, then E to D, then D to A. So these are the 5 vertices present in this graph. So if you want to draw a graph, you should have the vertex set of vertices as well as set of edges. Okay, and these edges are sometimes also referred to as arcs. Okay, that is another terminology used. Then next we have the definition of a directed graph. Okay, so if the edge pair is ordered, then the graph is called a directed graph. Okay, so that means that if you look at this graph, then I have an edge from B to A. So here I have listed the vertices and edges. So the vertices are again A to E. Then if you look at the edges, the first one is B to A, not A to B, which means that the pair is actually, the edge pair is actually ordered. So if I write A to B, then that means that, sorry, if I write B to A, then that means that I have an edge from B to A, not the other way around. I do not have a edge from A to B. Okay, so that is one aspect that you need to keep in mind when you talk about the idea of a directed graph. And then again, CE, if you look at CE, then the edge is from C to E, not from E to C. So if it is from E to C, I should have written it as E comma C. Okay, and the directed graphs are also called as digraphs. Okay, that is another terminology used for directed graphs. The next one is undirected graph. Okay, in an undirected graph with edge V comma W, and hence W comma V is also a edge in the graph. Okay, so suppose that I have written another terminology here. W is adjacent to V and V is adjacent to W. Okay, so if I say that W is adjacent to V, then I should be able to go from V to W. So if I write like B is adjacent to A, then I should be able to go from A to B. Okay, so these are the vertices and these are the edges that we have already seen before. And when you write the edge, and I can also include one more information along with the starting point and the ending point, that is the cost of that particular edge. Suppose that if you can look at this A as one location and B as another location. If I have a cost associated with traveling from A to B, and if I want to write, or if I want to model the cost also in this graph, then I can write that information as the third element of the edge. So I will be first writing the starting point, then the ending point, then the cost associated to travel from A to B, or the first place to the second place. Okay, that can also be included along with the graph definition, but I haven't done it here. Okay, next one is path. A path is a sequence of distinct vertices, each adjacent to the next. So actually, if the path is the sequence of vertices that you can go from one vertex to the another vertex. Suppose that if I want to find a path from B to C, then first I have to go to A, then to D, then to C. Okay, that means that suppose that for example, if I want to go from C to A, then the path will be C to D, then back to A. Okay, so this is the idea of path. Next one is the idea of loop. Okay, so if the graph contains an edge V comma V from a vertex to itself, then the path V to V is sometimes referred to as a loop. So if you look at this one, I have a path from A to A, that means that this path is actually a loop. Okay, next one is cycle. So this definition of cycle is different from the definition of loop. Okay, so a cycle is a path containing at least three vertices such that the last vertex on the path is adjacent to the first. Suppose that if I trace a path from A to D, so I have A to B, then B to C, then C to E, then E to D. Then if I want to look at whether A is adjacent to D, so here A is adjacent to D, so that is the reason is that I have an edge from D to A or A to D. Then I can say that this forms a cycle, that is the cycle is A, B, C, E, E then D, then A. Okay, so if the last vertex is adjacent to the first vertex, then that forms a cycle. So here the last vertex is D, then the first vertex is A, so actually A is adjacent to D, so that forms a cycle. Next one is the idea of a connected graph. The idea of connected graph is if I can have a path from any node to any other node, then that graph is called a connected graph. Suppose that if I have a node here C, then I'm just looking at whether I can find a path from C to A. Then you can go from C to B, then B to D, then D to A. So that is a path from C to A. So this entire graph is a connected graph. And if you look at this particular graph, so you can see that there is no way by which I can connect from the vertex C to any other vertices A, B, D. Okay, so this is actually a disconnected graph because I cannot go from any node to any other node in the graph or any vertex to any other vertex. Okay, so the next one is a connected component. If a graph is disconnected, that is if the graph is not connected, we shall refer to the subset of connected vertices as a component. So here I have a connected vertices A, B, D, then I have another vertex C. So this A, B, D forms a connected component and C itself forms a connected component. Okay, so I have two components. Actually the component is formed by grouping the vertices which are connected. Okay, the next one is the idea of the definitions actually depends on whether the graph is directed or undirected. Okay, so here we are discussing some special cases related to directed graph. Okay, suppose if we want to define a path or cycle in the case of a directed graph, then I need to look at the direction of these edges. Okay, suppose that if I want to define a cycle in this particular graph, then or if I want to define a path in this particular graph, so if I am tracing the path from A to B, for example, then I should go from A to D first, then D to B. Okay, and if I am looking for a path from A to B in this form, that is A to C then C to B, that path do not exist because this arrow or the direction is not from A to C and this arrow's direction is not from C to B. Okay, so whenever you define certain terms like path or cycle in the case of a directed graph, we have to take care of the direction of the arrow. Now we will see the idea of strongly connected and weakly connected directed graphs. Okay, so a directed graph is a strongly connected if there is a directed path from any vertex to any other vertex. So this is essentially a directed graph, that is we have the direction information here, and if I can go from one node to any other node with this direction information in this graph, then that graph is called a strongly connected graph. Suppose that you are at this node or this vertex and you are just looking at whether I can go from this vertex to this vertex. So if I trace the path with this direction information, so I have to go from here to here, here to this vertex, then to this vertex, then to this vertex. So that means that this graph has paths, uh, this directed graph has path from one node to any other node or any node to any other node. And if you look at the second case, so this is an example of a weakly connected directed graph. The reason for calling it as a weakly connected graph, with this direction information, I cannot go from one node to another node. Suppose that if I try to go from this node to this node, then you will have to start from this vertex, go to this vertex, then to this. At this particular vertex I will not be able to go from here to here because there is a direction information included. But if I drop the direction information, so then this will become a undirected graph. And if that undirected graph is connected, or in other words, if that undirected graph has a path from any node to any other node, then that graph is called a weakly connected graph. So here if I drop all the all the direction information from this particular directed graph, then that will become a undirected graph. Then in that undirected graph, if I can go from one node to any other node, then that is called a weakly connected directed graph. I hope these definitions are clear for you. Thank you.